What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Zane Callion, CEO of Infinity Stone Ventures, along with Michael Townsend, Director at Infinity Stone. How are you both doing today?
We're great, Darren. Thanks for
having
us.
Aaron.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Definitely. So I'm excited to be talking about the company. It's nice to have you both on the channel. Can you start by giving us a brief introduction to Infinity Stone Ventures, along with telling us a bit more about the company?
Great. Well, Zane, maybe I'll start, and just because I'll introduce Zane. The company has a long history. Zane's been involved since probably 2013. It was his family's company originally, and Zane was on the board. And then about 2018, his mother decided she wanted to sell her shares. So I bought his mother's shares, and Zane came with the deal, package deal. So yeah, Zane's been with the company quite a while. It was mostly been in the software business most of its life, but we decided to pivot to battery metals and energy metals about 6 months ago, and we've been sort of laying that path down over the last 6 months, and we're almost here. We got a new website coming any day, and almost all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. So maybe Zane, you could talk a bit about the first project or the second projects.
Yeah, so we have a couple different projects that we're working on and continuing to kind of build the project pipeline. And I think at its root, really what we're building is a project generator model by acquiring different assets and projects in the energy metal space and battery metal space, developing them, putting some money into them, furthering them down, getting them down the road a little bit farther, and then ultimately with the goal of either spinning them out or vending them into other companies. Or other assets. So we started with some lithium claims in Northern Ontario, adjacent to Frontier Lithium. And Frontier's obviously had a lot of success, and they've had some great drill results over the past couple months. We were pretty much directly adjacent to those claims, and very similar kind of deposit with pegmatites. And we're just looking to do some work on the ground this year, this summer, in the next couple months. And then beyond that, we've also acquired some graphite claims in Northern Ontario, also very close to Thunder Bay, just about 80 kilometers outside of Thunder Bay, and right on a highway, so very easy access and very cost effective to be able to do any kind of exploration work. And very exciting drill hole that was drilled there about 5 years ago, really kind of building on those results. They drilled 25% graphite over 24 meters. And the mineralogy or morphology of the sample suggests that it's a very promising to be able to very easily refine the graphite to battery grade, so upwards of I believe it's 99%. So yeah, we're actively gonna do some more exploration work on the property, on that property this year. We have some drill program that we're hoping we can put some more details out in the next coming weeks. And yeah, we've already submitted our permits on that actually as well.
Yeah, and also we submitted, Zane was going down that road. We've done two metallurgical tests on it already, and they've upgraded it to 98.2% graphite. And we've just submitted another sample, another 6 kilograms of the drill core to SGS Labs in Toronto, and they're going to try and take it to 99.5% pure graphite, which would be battery grade graphite, and that would be very valuable. So having a property that's right on the highway, 50 kilometers from Thunder Bay, which is a major mining center, we think it's a pretty awesome project. So we're pretty pumped on that. And then just to add to the plan, like sort of the infinity stones, there's 6 infinity stones, and if you have all 6, I think you control the universe. So we're going to try and put together a portfolio of about 6 battery or energy metals that we think if you had all of them together, you'd really have something special. So we continue to build the portfolio, and we're actually being able to find, and maybe a bit of this lackluster market we've had in the last 6 months for the juniors, we've actually been able to find some really good projects at reasonable prices. So you can still get good projects. You got to know what you're looking for. You got to look at a lot of projects. I mean, I've been in this business for 25 years, so I do have a pretty good trap line. I do see a lot of projects. Sometimes I would say 2-3 projects a day. But we've got a few more in the pipeline, and I'm guessing we probably might even end up with more than that. I would be surprised if by the middle of summer we might have 6 or 7 different projects that do the geophysics, do the maps, and then joint venture them off to other junior companies that are looking for projects.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for you guys for sure. You're up to a lot of things. So Infinity Stone recently announced that it has staked a mineral claim adjacent to Patriot Battery Metals Corvette Lithium discovery in James Bay region of Quebec. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, interesting enough, the Patriot Metals deal, I was an early shareholder in that company. I used to be the CEO of that company years ago. It was called Le Tigre Gold at the time. I handed the company off to a gentleman by the name of Adrian Lamoureux, and he and Jody DeRouge and a couple, Duchamp Burka, the sort of management team there, they've made a very big lithium discovery in Quebec. And because of my relationship with them, I was able to get in on some ground that they didn't need. They've got a very large land package already, and they suggested that we pick up this ground next to them. They thought it was pretty prospective ground. So that's a smaller project for us. It's not very advanced at all, but certainly in the right neighborhood.
Interesting. So, the company has a 100% interest in lithium and graphite properties in Ontario, like you were just talking about. Can you tell us a bit more about that mining jurisdiction and why it's one of the best?
Right. Zane, you want to take that one? And I guess we'll talk about Quebec as well, because I think Quebec is the best because, it's a similar political climate to Ontario, but there's better tax breaks. And if you can believe this, in Quebec, if you spend $1 million on exploration on your property, the Quebec government refunds you 38%. So you get 380 grand back in the check in the mail. So that's pretty unbelievable. So that's why we like. And
Ontario is great too. Obviously, one of the more prolific mining jurisdictions, I'd say in the world, for that matter, especially in developed countries. But yeah, located very close to infrastructure in Thunder Bay, so it is a mining center. Lots of supporting infrastructure and industry for that. So all the companies and all the drilling and all the companies that kind of support all these exploration activities are all based there. And then beyond that, located very close to transportation. So it's a major rail center, as well as being located right on Lake Superior with a deep water port. So you can easily ship outside of there and get to the world markets from there. And then, beyond that, as Michael said, there's been some very recent developments, specifically with the ability for taxes as well. So the Canadian government in the most recent, the 2022 budget, has lots of tax incentives for companies trying to develop minerals in this energy metal supply chain or battery metal supply chain. Lithium being obviously one, graphite as well. So really kind of, I think we're in the right space at the right time to really kind of capitalize on those opportunities.
And really, with all the malaise going on in the market, really the only stocks that have held up, I mean, even I would say over the last couple of weeks have even gone up would be, Patriot Metals and Frontier Lithium. I mean, these are some of the only companies that are green on the screen. So today they got, beat up a little bit, but still, I mean, it seems to be the only game in town, really, battery metals.
Yeah, no, we definitely feel that in the market. So talking a little bit more about the market. So the U.S. Department of Energy announced on May the 3rd, a new US $3 billion program going towards battery manufacturing and supply chains to support the transition to electric vehicles. What does this mean for the company and, I guess, the industry?
Right. Zane, you mind if I take that one? I'll just the first project that they funded was $107 million graphite plant. Graphite, I guess it's manufacturing.
Refining. Yeah.
In what state was that?
Louisiana.
And the interesting thing is the name of the company is Syrah Resources. It's an ASX, an Australian company. that's bringing the ore, the graphite in its raw form, from Mozambique in Southern Africa. And they're bringing it, and the U.S. government's put up $107 million for an Australian company to refine Mozambique graphite. So you can say they're a little desperate to get some product. So our graphite, is in that top quartile. So there's very few mines that I've ever heard of that are north of 15% graphite, where ours is 24%. I think the Mozambique thing is about 27%, which is the highest I've ever heard of. So I think, obviously being graphite is, a lot of people think about tennis rackets, I guess, when you think graphite, but really it is by volume, it's almost 30 times the amount of product volume by weight than lithium. It's
in the lithium ion battery. Yeah.
In the lithium ion battery. I mean, even Elon Musk had said that they should have called it the graphite ion battery, because you need 30 times as much lithium, because by the time you process the lithium down to battery grade, you lose about 50% of it in the process of refining it. So it's only about it's 12 times as much graphite in the battery, but you need to start off with 30 times as much graphite to get it down to the grade that they want. And it's really the shape. They want a spherical shape so they can pack as much graphite into the battery as possible. And we're told, Zane and I are by no means experts in graphite, but we do have some experts working for us, but we're told that this graphite coming right out of the ground in its natural state is spherical and could potentially not need as much processing. And of course, that goes to your ESG and your use a lot of energy to grind and this graphite to the right spec for batteries. And if you can get it out of the ground that's 90% the way to that right spec, you don't have to use as much energy. So it's a lot more, the carbon saving material coming out of the ground.
Definitely. No, that's very unique. So, what are some of the major catalysts investors and prospective shareholders should be looking out for in the near term?
Well, I think for sure that this metallurgical test, we sent this stuff in, as I say, arrived at the lab today. I don't know how long it'll take. What did he say, Zane? 30 days, maybe?
Yeah, I think 4 to 6 weeks kind of thing.
4 to 6 weeks. If they can upgrade this stuff to 99.5% from where the last test, they got it up to 98.2. I think that's a major catalyst. I also, the snow's melting there. We've already hired the Clark Geological, the team to go out and do the drilling. We've to twin that hole that was drilled, like Zane said, 5 years ago. It's probably closer to 8 or 9 now. And so we're going to be drilling on the property in the next 6 weeks as well. So you got the met work that's coming. You've got drilling. And then I think we're going to have a few more projects. So I think there's lots, and then we got the new website, and we're just getting listed on the OTC in the United States. We're probably 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks away from being listed in the OTC. Same symbol, GEMS, but GEMS for 4. So lots of stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time for you guys. I look forward to covering it. So let's just talk a little bit more about lithium and graphite, because, obviously you guys focus on that. So lithium and graphite are two very important metals used in electric vehicles. As we know, you just spoke about how much graphite we actually need for batteries. What do you guys expect for the years to come? I know, electric vehicles and batteries is going to be very important, but I'd just love to hear it from you guys.
Well, we like a lot of the other metals too. I mean, obviously copper is the one that, Robert Friedland pounds the table on, that the world's going to be short, 5,000 tons or something.
Yeah.
Starting in 2025. So we like copper a lot. We've been looking at manganese. We've been cobalt, of course, but not easy to find cobalt. Nickel. We looked at some nickel properties. So those are kind of the 6 that we're focusing on. I don't know if I'm missing, silver really is a battery metal too, or a energy metal. They use a lot of silver in solar panels. So I think copper, silver is kind of going to be our next focus. And we've got a couple projects in the pipeline that we're very close to in the copper silver space.
Awesome. Anything else to add, Zane?
No, I think Michael kind of hit it. I think, yeah, we're actively looking at these projects. I think there'll be some news in the next couple of weeks, signaling kind of moving down that path.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to chatting about that. So where should investors go for more information about the company Infinity Stone Ventures?
Yeah, so you can visit us at infinitystone.ventures. We're in the process of launching a new website, which should be up probably by the end of this week. You can sign up for our mailing list there right now, and we'll provide you with all the updates.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. And I look forward to covering the story. Best of luck. I know you got a lot going on.
Yes. Thanks very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Aaron.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.